Okay, guys, just wanted to do a follow-up video for Loomx. I did an intro video yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. Matter of fact, I'll post a link to it in the description box underneath this video. Goes over some bullet points, why I like the platform, and things that struck out to me, or stuck out to me right away. Um, for example, it pays out USDT, USDT in, USDT out, and we don't have to get paid in a native token. Again, not saying anything bad about platforms that pay in a native token, but we don't have to exchange a native token for another native token and then swap that out for another native token and then go to an exchange that we don't really have control of and try to get USDT over there and then hopefully we can withdraw it out to our wallet. We don't have to do any of that. It's USDT in, USDT out, and the withdrawals are automatic. We've already been getting withdrawals. Anytime you have a $5 or more balance, the contract sends it straight to your wallet. So again, we don't have to really request any withdrawals. It's super hands off. But more importantly than that, it forces our team members to withdraw. What do I mean by that? Most people, especially if they're new or maybe they're not new, but maybe they don't have a ton of experience in these type of platforms, they'll compound to the moon, which is okay. But the strategy that we've always applied for a long time, wash, rinse, repeat with different platforms, is you want to at least withdraw out your initial capital until you before you start compounding. Now, again, that's just the way we do it. Other people do it differently. This forces people to withdraw. So it doesn't allow them to compound. Or if they want to go back in, that's up to them. But at least, the platform is making them withdraw, if that makes sense. Anyway, before I get deeper into this, because I am going to be doing a $10,000 deposit on this video live, let me go ahead and get started. I want to remind you guys that I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. Decide to jump into anything in the crypto space, anything in the passive income space, just know that there is risk involved. So if you're going to get in, do your own research and due diligence. If you're okay with risk, and only if you're okay with risk, because again, I want to be very clear, all of these platforms, anything you do in the passive income space is going to have risk. So only if you're okay with the risk, if you decide to get in, you should only be putting in risk capital, guys. Okay, funds you can afford to lose. Also follow me on Telegram. I'll leave a link for that down below. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. So that being said, guys, we've already been receiving, automatic withdrawals to our wallet. And, we put in a $3,000 test deposit in our video yesterday. We did that live. Super easy to get in. I'm going to show you how to do that here again. And again, you can put in USDT. I'm going to put in USDT on Binance Smart Chain. I believe you can put in USDT on Ethereum, USDT on Tron. You can also put in USDT on Solana. And, whatever token you put in, that's what you're going to get out. So, for example, if you put USDT on Ethereum, when your withdrawals come, you're going to get USDT on Ethereum as well sent to your Ethereum wallet. But, as you guys know, with Ethereum, the transaction fees are pretty high. So I probably wouldn't do Ethereum, because if you're getting a bunch of transactions every time there's a $5 balance, you're going to be paying a lot of fees, I would imagine. So, do it on Binance Smart Chain, do it on Tron, whatever. In any case, one thing I did go over, let me go here. Some of you guys have asked, hey, where do I find my referral link? You click those three lines, those three bars, then you come over here where it says, I'm waiting for you at Loomx. You can go here. It has your QR code. If you scroll down, it has your link, right? Other thing I wanted to go over here was, you want to track your team. It would be right here under community management. And of course, here's where you would click to get in, right? If you want to see what the different plans look like, you can click this, and then you can go over these different plans, just like I showed yesterday. You have the four different plans, okay? Just keep in mind that the 7-day plan doesn't allow you to withdraw at the 50% mark, because it's only 7 days, right? So you can just complete the whole 7 days and get your deposit back. The other bots, the other plans, right? 30-day, 90-day, 180-day, 360-day. They allow you to withdraw once 50% of your capital once you've hit the 50% staking period, right? Of course, the longer you the longer you stake for, the more you'll get passively on a daily basis. So you decide what you want to do. I went in yesterday at the 360 day because I wanted to get the 1.8%, which by the way, we get 80% of that. It's an 80-20 split. So it's 1.44% or up to, because again, it's not a fixed amount. So if you take 80% of this, it would be, if my memory serves me right, it's 1.04% to 1.44%, which is still super competitive, right? But I wanted to go here. So here's where the bot is. You can see the Loomx bot automated trading monitoring platform. And here you can see the different trades that it does. It's just ongoing, right? So once you can actually look through here, it does move pretty fast. Okay. So you can see another trade going in. Once you see that another trade, right? So you can see here, it's moving pretty fast. But if you click this transaction hash, right? Let's click this. Oops, it's already moving. Let me click on the next one. Okay, that's so these trading. It's constantly trading, right? Here, if we click this transaction hash, it takes us over to uh, OKX. Is this OKX? So it looks like there's a Solana trade on OKX, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let's try another one. You can see here, let's click on this transaction hash, explorer.solana.com. You can see the trades. Let me see if I can click on another one just so we can see this. So again, I've been following this, not super close, but I like the fact that we can see the bot working, and then we can click on the transaction hash and it takes us over to we can see things happening on chain. So you can see here. Okay, so for example, you have this one here, buy USDT. It moves pretty quick. Buy USDT, sell USDC. Here's the net profit, ROI, then the transaction hash. Here's another one. It does move pretty quick. Let me click this one here. Okay, this takes us back to OKX.com. So you can see. So again, play with this on your own. Again, I'm just showing you where to find stuff. You can play with this on your own. Here's the ROI, the net profit. Okay, let me try one more just to. All right, so this is buy USDT, sell Bitcoin. Slot and timestamp. Here's the signature. All right, so you can check this out for yourself, right? Just showing you some cool things that we've been kind of keeping an eye on. In any case, here's the contract, here's the order. Let me go back. All right, so let's go back here. So here we have the bots. Okay, again, all of them. It's $100 minimum. So again, it's not it's not how much you put in. It's the length of how long you want to stake for. That'll determine your daily percentage, right? And again, remember, it's 80% of these numbers. So yesterday I did a video where I showed some numbers, and it was already taking into account the 80-20 split. All right, so this one here is 30 days. Again, after the term, after the cycle, you do get your funds back. And outside of the 7-day, at the 50-day mark of each one of these things, you can pull out 50% of your funds. Here's the 90-day, right? This is what you're getting times 80%. The 180-day, right? 6 months, 1.1 to 1.3. Again, you're getting an 80-20 split. And then here, these are the numbers that I know, because this is the one that I went into. It says 1.3 to 1.8% for the 360-day cycle. 80% of that is 1.04 to 1.44%. So let's click on that. Okay. And then here, we'll just put in here 10,000, right? Because I just put in 10,000 into my wallet for this. and we will create now. Make sure you have B&B to cover the fees, which I do. So let's see, do I have to click it again? Let's see. Oh, I clicked it again. Oh, I don't want to try to take 10,000 twice. Okay, let me see if it went through. Give me 1 second here. Uh, Oop, there we go. I think it went through. Let's see here. I have to do it again. Let me see here. Let me again, I'm just learning this here, so stay with me. Order. Okay, so I don't have anything on the orders. By the way, this is a sub account. So I did a deposit yesterday. Let's try one more time. 1 second here. All right, so this is the 360-day. Let's try one more time. Wondering, is there a cap? 10,000. Hmm. It couldn't be a cap because it looks like here the cap is 10 million. If you're going to put in 10 million to this thing. Um, yeah, let me see. I have B&B to cover the fee, so let me see. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let's might have to come back to this. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. So let me try. I'm gonna try one more time. I don't know. Maybe it's the blockchain. Let me try one more time here. Or maybe I should do a 5,000 and a 5,000. I wonder if that'll do. Do I need to put in 10,000 at one time? Okay. I don't think so. Hold on 1 second. If for some reason it's not going through, if I try to do a $10,000. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I had to refresh. There it goes. Okay. So I had to refresh everything. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing this. This is a brand new platform that we're getting into. We don't know, we don't have it down yet. So you're watching us as we're doing it. But you can see here, the $10,000 deposit just went in after the third try. I just refreshed the whole thing and it went through. Um, anyways, that's pretty much it. Let me go back. Okay, so I went in on the 360-day. And if I go to, contract, no, not contract. If I go to orders, there it goes. All right. So yeah, we're learning how this back office works, but that's it. That's it. That's pretty much it. We'll do another video on the compensation plan. Compensation plan is going to be based on volume outside of your biggest leg. So we'll talk about that more. And as you move through the ranks, you can get up to 80% match on the daily passive income of your entire team. Again, outside of your biggest leg, of course. So, but again, up to 80% is pretty significant. We've seen other comp plans where you've gotten up to 80% match on your entire group, and it just wasn't sustainable because it was just way too aggressive. I think a match, even though up to 80% is still pretty aggressive. Again, that's if you hit the top position, but a match outside on your team outside of your biggest leg, that might be a little bit more sustainable. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. But anyway, that's how this thing works, guys. Again, this is called Loomx, brand new. Again, 3 things I like about it, as I mentioned in my video yesterday, which if you haven't seen that, check it out. Brand new, just a couple of days old. Pays out USDT, right? USDT in, USDT out. And you don't have to do any withdrawals or request any withdrawals. Nobody on there and has to process it. It's all just done automatically. And then the third thing I talked about yesterday, I laid out 8 or 9 bullet points, but the third thing that I said that I liked was the fact that you can pull a portion of your capital out at the 50% mark. Of course, knowing me, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it all in until the end and then get it back then because I want to continue to earn. But yeah, that's how that's how it is. You just saw me do a $10,000 deposit. In my other account, I have a $3,000 deposit. We're 13,000 into this. We're gonna we'll probably, if I like this thing and it looks like I do, I'm going to continue scaling this thing up. And again, 1.4 up to 1.44%, is what we're getting because we're staking for the 360-day mark. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you in the next video, guys. As always, do your own research, do your own due diligence. Risk capital only, folks. And make sure you follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.